This is the JJO Morning Show podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe.
Fake trucking company stole 80,000 pounds of beef from a Tennessee meatpacking plant last week. If it sounds like that's a lot, it's because it is. It was worth at least, how much do you think 80,000 pounds of beef is worth?
Oh, wow. I'm trying to base it on buying a pound of hamburger at Quick Trip. Let's say 80,000. That's a times six. I'm going to say $610,012.62.
Oh, my gosh. Very, very specific. But you
overbid. I knew it.
Overbid. So we're going to have to shoot you. $350,000. The meat was supposed to go out to customers, but the shipping coordinator subcontracted it out to a company called List Trucking Sales, which was not a legit business, and no one checked out the drivers who picked it up. It's unclear.
What's our rule?
A clipboard.
Clipboard, a hat, and an overcoat.
That's all you need.
And a white, long laboratory jacket.
You just got to look like you know where you're going.
Yeah. Bob's Beef Patties.
Dude.
Boom, haul it off.
It is crazy.
Good luck.
No one will ask. And you know what? It's going to get even easier. As employees don't care, it's going to get even easier to do these things.
What movie am I thinking of where they showed up? Oh, I just watched it. They showed up early to pick something up, and then the real guys came like 5 minutes later. Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
What's that memory pill you can take at Walgreens over the counter?
Oh, this is funny.
Afrogen?
Trying to remember the memory pill.
Yeah, I know. We do this every time. I can't remember the memory pill. It goes.
Not horny goat weed.
Oh, no, that's. Wee. Oh, my gosh. Remember that? Is it at a bank? I just watched the movie. Damn it. All right, go ahead. I'll rack my brain.
Anywho, unclear what they plan to do with all that meat, but they might beat it. So dumb.
I would. You can't. Don't add. Just leave them wanting more. Boom.
They still haven't been caught, and the meat hasn't been found.
Where do you flip it? I mean, do you sell it out in the Menards parking lot, out of the back of a truck? What do you do with it?
I mean,
it seems like a lot of meat going to go to waste.
Do you just roll up to any as a flea market you can go to?
You think you'd want to have a fence for your meat before you stole the meat, and then we took it. Let's just drive around till we decide what to do with the meat.
You know.
Yeah, you got to have
it's not like the ice cream truck.
Got to have a plan.
Drive around the neighborhood trying to sell meat sickles.
I mean, if you sell, say you go to, I assume most reputable places already have contracts for meat. What do you just drive up to a A&W?
No, they wouldn't do that. Because, they go through like Cisco or whatever.
What if they drove up to your house and you saw a meat truck out front and they said, "Hey, lady, you like a pork chop?"
First of all, it's beef, so there's no pork chops in there. But, no.
God, they go to door to door to door to door to door to door.
That's so sus, dude.
Wow.
That's so sus.
Not cool, dude.
No, but I did just put in my order for some locally raised beef. Shout out to Eric Knockreiner and Straka Meats. I think actually our steer goes in today.
Man, we got a tub.
Resting pepperonis, buddy.
We got a tub of potato salad from Prem Meats yesterday, and it was gone within 10 minutes.
It's so good.
10 minutes.
I know. I've been eating that stuff for 20 years, buddy.
I set it on the kitchen counter, and we had a stare down. Mm-hmm. And I said, I should save you for dinner later. Christy's making some buffalo chicken, and I said, it's you versus me, buddy.
And the potato salad won?
Yes. Well, I guess you could look at it that way. I couldn't stop. Knowing it was in the fridge.
Yeah. It's the most fantastic potato
salad. And I
salad.
ate half of it before Christy got home. She was pissed off. I know why marriages break up, and it's mostly because of prem meats.
Jesus Christ.
You need a his and her potato salad bowl. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Container, his and hers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No,
there
what do you do with 80,000? Anybody got an idea?
you sell it. There's a black market for everything.
Sure.
You know,
So
you just have to know the right people.
It reminds me of those women they were stealing detergent from Dollar General.
Yeah.
And the diapers. I assume they got an underground detergent market. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, yeah. You don't steal 80,000 pounds of beef and just drive around.
So true.
Tell me something I don't know, John. Go ahead, I dare you.
It's so true.
Yeah, very strange.
Yeah, so there you have it. The price of beef is fixed, by the way. That's a conspiracy worth looking into. And I think they are. I think there is an investigation in it.
Well, it's like maple syrup and all the things. It's all kind of like market controlled.
Support your local beef farmer.
Yeah. That's all good.
All right. I don't know if any of y'all managed to. I do one story about beef, and I'm like, hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
Managed to get through April Fool's Day without an April Fool's Day prank. We did get a few people with the Randy Hawk thing.
We did?
Yeah, because there's a couple texts that
what?
were like...
Because he came on the air literally 1 minute after I said he had retired. It's his goodbye show. It's his goodbye.
A couple texts that said, wow, Randy Hawk did not resign. I was actually worried when John said that. And then April Fool's, Johnny tried to pull a fast one on us, huh? Rock on, Randy. So we did get a few.
Yeah, I had buddies in bands telling me they were quitting bands and starting stupid one-man stupid shows.
Yeah. But
like, all right.
In a new poll, 53% of people say they have played a prank on someone they know for April Fool's Day. Most of them successfully fooled someone at some point. 30% of people say they haven't and wouldn't even want to. 54% of people say they have fallen for someone else's prank in the past, and 13% claim others have tried to prank them.
You got to be on your toes all day on April Fool's Day. Mm-hmm. You forget, and you're like, you get all worked up.
Yeah. They just lather it up. 13% say others have tried to prank them, but they've never been fooled. 4% say they have not been pranked, but they just wish somebody would prank them.
I didn't even look at Facebook yesterday. Was there anything fun on there?
There's a lot of the usual stuff.
Usual suspects.
44% of people say they generally consider...
I lied. I did look at Facebook because I posted.
It was a lot of the... where people are like talking about April Fool's Day, getting fooled, and then it's like the see more, and you're supposed to click, but you go to click, and there's nothing to click. Anyway, 44% of people say they generally consider April Fool's Day jokes to be amusing. But 41% say they find pranks to be annoying. And according to the poll, the demo that is most likely to complain about April Fool's is older white women from the Midwest.
Perfect.
Right.
Couldn't have it into a nicer stereotype. I love it.
Yep, exactly.
That's funny.
So all the Karens from the Midwest be pissy about April Fool's Day jokes.
You consider War of the Worlds back in the day, and when was that, the 30s? When was War of the Worlds? Would you consider that a prank or a performance? It's kind of a prank. Kind of like the ultimate prank.
Yeah. Well, didn't they?
Because people were jumping out of windows and mass panic and all that crap.
Right, and that's how the hoax laws started in radio. Was War of the Worlds.
Yeah. H.G. Wells. People just lost their freaking mind. There's a Martian invasion. Jump out the window. Yeah, then what? My legs broke. Now my legs are broken, and I can't run from the Martians. What am I going to get zapped, or what do I do? It's so dumb. But it was. I enjoy listening back to that thing. If you like any kind of theater of the mind, like reading a book, it's so well done. And I think it was just the audio quality that made it extra creepy and panic driven,
Yeah.
Yeah, the way they talked back then. Martians, New Jersey, we've lost New Jersey.
Oh, Anthony called me out. Said, you kind of pranked us. You said you had a story titled Better Way to Play with Your Pussy. Or at least that's what your promo was. It was for Cat Chat.
Yeah.
And it kept getting pushed. I can do it today. I'll do it today. Yeah. The War of the Worlds, yeah, they had all the sound effects and stuff.
Oh, fantastic.
It's pretty awesome.
Did a great job. But that's what they did. The Mercury Theater, that's what they did. They were professionals. That's what they did for a living. But, boy, if you ever get a chance, if you've never heard it, for all you TikTok kids, I know you're going to discover and think you discovered fire.
It's the Columbus generation.
Yeah. You think you're cool because you found it first, but yet you didn't do anything, really, so shut up. But H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds, go back and listen to that. You'll listen to the whole thing. It's amazing.
People, relax.
What a complete waste
We are killing it online. Have you guys checked the comments?
of cyberspace.
Smoke That Skin Wagon says, you guys are killing it.
The JJO Morning Show Podcast.
We're internet sensations.
Johnny and D, nowhere but JJO.
Another one bites the dust. Another one gone. Another one gone. Another one bites the dust. Hey, I'm gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust.
Val Kilmer died yesterday. I know. He was only 65. He'd been battling throat cancer since 2016, which has been he documented some of that for sure. Pretty sad. He was Jim Morrison in The Doors.
Oh, so good.
He did all of the singing.
I read that he dressed like Jim, talked like Jim, hung out where Jim hung out down on Sunset for like a year before they made that movie.
Sure.
I mean, even Oliver Stone was like, dude, calm down.
Right.
Did you see that movie?
Yes.
Okay. Did you like it?
Yes.
Good, because I was going to punch you in the head.
Oh, my God. If you punch me in the head, can I go home?
He, what was I going to say?
You were distracted by violence yet again. It's the cowbell of violence.
No. No, I feel like the Doors was like not appreciated like the Queen movie. It was so before its time.
Right. 100%.
What's another movie? Not just the Queen movie. One of my the Johnny Cash thing, and then what was the other one? What was the other movie? Why can't I think of it? Ray.
Oh, yeah.
Ray. You know, so I feel like he was kind of ahead of his time. And if you really want to see a movie that's on par and as excellent as those other rockumentaries, a rockumentary, if you will, see The Doors. It's fantastic.
I have a scene here where they were rehearsing what would be the band's first single.
Yeah, you know the day destroy the night. Night divide the day.
It's incredible. Try to hide.
Break on through to the other side. Break on through. Break on through. Break on through. Oh.
Yeah, pretty damn impressive.
The Doors of Perception.
And then he did Batman.
What do you think of the band named The Doors? How do you feel about that?
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah, you don't like it?
No, I love it. I went through my Doors phase. I think every teenager boy does, where you want leather pants and, you know. But I think, I like the spiritual side. I feel like that's the first spiritual sign you get from rock and roll is when, like, your dad's jamming onto The Doors.
Right.
It wasn't my dad, but it was a friend of mine's dad was a huge Doors fan. And it's just weird. You say that name enough, The Doors, and it seems silly, you know. Think about it all day and then get back to it. That's your homework today. The Doors.
I don't know if I can handle the task, John. My tiny lady brain.
They're The Doors. The Doors. How would you like that? Aluminum? Wood? Anyway.
If you repeat any band name
I know.
throughout the whole day, it sounds weird.
I know. Okay. Good.
Val Kilmer did Batman after Michael Keaton.
Oh, yeah. Well, how do you follow that up?
Right.
Do you have a clip from that?
Yeah, Val with Jim Carrey as the Riddler. It was from Batman Forever.
Wait. have a riddle for you.
Really?
Tell me. I see without seeing. To me, darkness is as clear as daylight. What am I?
Please! You're as blind as a bat!
Exactly.
Where do you rank him as a Batman?
I thought he did pretty good as Batman.
Yeah, I thought he was pretty good. Not my favorite. Keaton is still
I know.
top notch. So you were following up Michael Keaton. A lot better than George Clooney. Christian Bale was pretty damn good. He's one of my favorite actors. Christian Bale's amazing.
It's true.
Yeah, I don't know. He was. I think coming off the Michael Keaton, I don't know if he was a little stiff.
This is good news.
You know what the problem was with Val Kilmer as Batman?
What?
He wasn't Michael Keaton as Batman.
Right.
That was the problem.
Yeah, it was everybody. It was hard for everybody to get over
Yeah.
Michael Keaton.
And I think people appreciated Michael Keaton as the decades have went on.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Weird one. But what a cast. Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones. That was pretty cool. Jim Carrey was fantastic.
Yeah. 1995. That was the same year as Heat, when Heat came out.
Oh, Heat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the greatest scene ever. Al Pacino and De Niro at the cafe.
And Tombstone was 1993.
Hey, by the way, I read that they're working on Heat Part 2. I know the book was out. Go ahead. Let me find this story. Let me see where this is.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
No. It's me. It's me.
We know. Throat cancer robbed Val Kilmer of his voice. In 2021, he had a software company recreate his voice using archived recordings. So that's the same year that the documentary Veil was on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, did you watch that?
I did.
I haven't seen it yet. I heard it was great.
It was great.
I know his son. Didn't his son?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I was struck by throat cancer.
Yeah.
After getting treated, my voice as I knew it was taken away from me. People around me struggle to understand me when I'm talking. But despite all that, I still feel I'm the exact same person. Still the same creative soul. The soul that dreams ideas and stories constantly. But now I can express myself again. I can bring these dreams to you and show you this part of myself once more. A part that was never truly gone.
That's his son, right?
No, that was his voice.
Oh.
That was his recreated voice.
Oh, got it. I thought his son did the whole vocals on that. I have to watch that. What's that on?
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime. And then Iceman. He had great nicknames. Iceman and Batman. And, I'll be your Huckleberry. Did you watch Tombstone?
Oh, yeah.
I bet I watch Tombstone 20 to 23 times a year.
Oh, my God. Okay.
It's one of those movies you can never turn when you're scrolling, when you're doom scrolling through Spectrum.
So the younger Val Kilmer recorded a voiceover written by his dad.
Okay.
For the documentary.
Yeah.
But that was his recreated voice.
Why, Ed? Does this mean we're not friends? Because if we aren't friends, I don't think I could bear it. a great taunt. There's so many good lines in Tombstone. Man, what do we do now?
It's sad.
And then weirdly in Heat, he was shot in the neck. That was a great shootout. Man, Heat is where do you rank Heat in your pantheon of movies? You've seen it, right?
Oh, yeah. It's a long movie.
It's a long movie. It is. Great cast.
Mm-hmm.
Killer cast. Macho cast. Macho cast doing macho things.
Yeah. It's a good action movie.
Super good action movie.
Yeah, I don't know. It's up there.
It's one of my favorite scenes is with who was in Birdcage, the housekeeper. Why am I forgetting his name?
Oh, Hank Azaria.
Hank Azaria. Remember that? He was when Pacino in Heat. He goes, Zerga. He goes, oh, why did I get involved with that bitch? And Pacino's like, because she's got a great ass, and your head's all the way up it. The look on his face. Wow. I mean, I still get goosebumps when I see that scene. Incredible. But no, he was shot in the neck in a shootout, which is weird because his throat cancer.
Right.
Couldn't talk. What a weird foreshadowing, just strange. Anyways.
That is very strange, isn't it?
I watch Heat, and I still can't believe how young everybody looks in that movie. Pacino, the whole cast, all the guys.
Yeah, I know.
It didn't seem that long ago, and everybody looked great. I don't think Pacino and De Niro ever looked better in a movie than Heat. It's like
It's 30 years ago.
Just the ultimate actor of talent and looks and writing and cast, and wow, what a great movie.
100%.
Who was the actress in that? She was Val Kilmer's wife. She was a Judd, wasn't Ashley Judd?
Ashley Judd.
Oh, she was fantastic. Mm-hmm. She is such a great actress.
Yeah, she is. Natalie Portman was in there. Tom Sizemore, Danny Trejo.
Tom Sizemore. What a... So badass.
Henry Rollins was in there.
Yep. Yeah, Henry Rollins was a bodyguard. Mm-hmm. He bulked up for that. He was huge.
He's huge.
Yeah. He seemed huger.
Yeah, which is hard to believe.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I know he's big anyways.
Yeah. Craziness.
Wow, this whole thing makes me sad.
Oh, Tone Loc is in there, too. That's right.
Tone Loc.
God damn.
When Tone Loc was at Broadfest, I talked to him about Heat.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he was a couple of years ago. I'm like, man, I don't want to be that guy, but tell me about making Heat. It's like Pacino. I'm like, dude, you're with one of the greats. He goes, I know. He goes, I know. He goes, we did it late at night. We took about 5 takes. It was all good. Tone.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, were you nervous? He goes, no, man. He just made it great. Made me feel like I was a great actor. He makes you feel like you're a great actor, And now I'm doing Rocky Balboa.
It's weird.
Yeah, I went from Tone Loc into Rocky Balboa. But, what a great scene. What a great scene.
We should probably watch a Val Kilmer movie today.
I know.
It's a good day to watch a movie.
The whole thing is just kind of saddening. How do you, in the 80s and 90s, he dominated. Did you ever see, what was that? What was that one movie he made? He was young, not genius. Well, Willow was good. That was a George Lucas thing. I think George Lucas was involved with that.
Yeah.
But the Spy movie when he was young was great. I know people pan that movie quite a bit, but what was the other one? Island of Dr. Moreau.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It was a weird one.
I liked that one.
Yeah, I did too. I thought it was great. I guess everybody was...
Marlon Brando.
Marlon Brando was a pain in the ass, I guess.
I'm sure, yeah.
Oh, boy. What a career.
It's sad.
What a career. And Iceman, of course. God, they look good in that movie.
Oh, and he was in True Romance?
True Romance.
That's right.
I think that movie did more for recruitment in the Navy and the armed services than anything that's ever come before it or after it. I think, 9/11 would have been a huge recruitment tool. But Top Gun, I mean, just like normal peacetime,
right,
on a voluntary basis, I guess it was huge.
All right.
Oh, man. Is it dusty in here?
I know, dude.
You could hold me for a minute.
No. Lynette's right there.
That's a hard no.
All right. Rest in pepperonis, Val Kilmer.
Dead, Jim. He's dead.
He's dead, Doctor.
He's dead, Jim. He's dead. He's dead, Captain. He'll die, Jim. He's dead. He's dead, Jim. Dead. The man is dead.
Dead.
He's dead. He's dead.
He's dead, sir.
She's dead, Jim. She's dead, Jim. He's dead, Jim.
That man's dead back there.
She's dead. He's dead. He must be dead. He was worse than dead. His brain is gone. The captain is dead. He's dead, Captain. He's dead, Jim. Is this a dead man, Doctor? Very dead, Mr. Spock. Let her go, Jim. He's dead. He's dead. She's dead.
We're all gonna die. Yeah, we're all gonna die. We're all gonna die. Yeah, we're all gonna die.
We thought uploading to the cloud was something completely different.
Come on, Watery.
The JJO Morning Show Podcast. Johnny and D, JJO.
Okay, this is a subject that comes up quite a bit, but there's a new poll out about it, so here we are. There's a poll out on the intangibles that can be bought, and 35% of people say money can't buy happiness.
Yes,
and
I can.
63% say, well, yes, it can. Here we go. To what extent, if at all, do you think money can buy? That's the setup, right? Political influence.
Oh, yeah.
60% said to a great extent. Yeah, well, not in Wisco, apparently. Social status. 49% say to a great extent money can buy you social
Do you
status.
think a certain amount of money staves off unhappiness? You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Well, so again, and I've talked about this book a million times, and it's an ongoing study. It's called The Good Life. That's the book.
Good Life.
There's an ongoing study about happiness. So at the time the book was published, which I think was like 3 or 4 years ago, it was 80 years of data, and it's an ongoing study on happiness, and it follows these people, and now we're into generations. Right. And it's like every 2 years it goes and interviews these people, and it's like days of interviews, questions. So it's very in depth.
So a family that's had wealth forever.
No, it's not wealth. Oh. It's all kinds of people.
Oh, okay.
It's a very, very deep and broad study.
Don't get hysterical. You have to get hysterical.
Hold on. I'm thanking the universe for sending you to me so that I can learn patience. I just need a second.
Do you learn that in the book? Because that's kind of nice of you to say. That's nice of you to say.
Thank you.
It's kind of a nice way to call me a dick.
Working on a mindset change.
Ooh.
Anyway, so the big thing was when it came to money and happiness. Once you reach a certain threshold, it doesn't make you any happier. And that threshold is basically like once you can pay your bills and be comfortable, and that's it. That's the end.
I believe that.
Yeah,
totally. I believe that. How many things can you have?
Right.
Right.
But after that, like being involved in your community and being interactive with people, having solid relationships, that's the happiness. That's what makes people happy. Period. End of story.
Well, and your craft or whatever got you there, like a great actor that keeps acting. I mean, the love of something is what you're saying. The love of something, whether it's a person, a hobby, a lifestyle, something you do contribute. Yeah, I totally agree. But I've never seen an unhappy person on a private jet either. And
You've never seen anyone on a private jet.
I've seen a couple of movies. I saw a movie.
Oh. Well, it kind of ties in with yesterday, too, when you're talking about worrying about things.
Right.
Yeah.
You talk about one of the number one things that you might worry about is if you can't make ends meet.
Money.
That's just, wow.
And it follows you around. It's like it's a cloud that follows you around.
Have you ever seen an unhappy person on a jet ski?
I don't follow people around on jet skis.
Well, I'm one of them, and I've never been unhappy on a jet ski.
Okay, so you're one person. I'm sure there's been people crying on jet skis before.
No one person has cried on a jet ski.
Yes, they have.
And why would you? What would make you cry on a jet ski?
You had an argument with somebody. Oh. People cry all the time. Anyway. Can money buy you?
Speaking of, can I have $100? You loan me $100.
Now, some of these things are absolutely true. Can money buy you fun? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of people in agreement with that. About 85% of people are like, yeah, it can totally buy you fun. Legal immunity.
That's right.
Career success to a certain extent, for sure. Good health. I think you can get better health care the more money you have.
It's like at what age do you acquire money? That's why I think when young people get money, it's as you know yourself, I think you're going to be better with the money in a way to stretch it out and make you happier longer.
Right.
So that seems like something. But yeah, to buy an experience, yeah. I mean, there's joy. There's joy in that. Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to go to Antarctica. I'd love to go to Vietnam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be great?
Yeah. And that's super cool experiences that not only, and traveling also just makes you grow as a person in so many ways, just seeing different cultures and how different people interact with each other, and those experiences you have being around different people just makes you, it should anyway, make you see things from a different perspective.
Right.
But things that we agree that money can't buy: good morals, talent, a sense of humor, inner peace, intelligence, and love. There you go. No
Can't buy me love.
Yeah.
But it'll buy me one night with a whore in Vegas. I wasn't going to say that,
but you did. Yeah.
There it is. I'm just making plans when Christy eventually leaves me. I got to have a backup plan. And there it is.
One whore, one night.
And then there goes my $20, and then I fly back to Madison. Beg for a job. Anyways, weird stuff, but I wouldn't turn down $1 billion. Bring it on.
I did see one of the Packers donated his entire bonus. Did you see that?
No. To what?
To help with housing crisis and something else, just disadvantaged people. And I thought that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think if you're just generally unhappy in life, money isn't going to change your snitty attitude.
Yeah.
You know? And that's part of the happy is when you can make other people happy. That's all good stuff.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
100%.
That's what I do.
Dumbing down your smartphone. One podcast at a time. Listen, rate, and subscribe to the JJO Morning Show podcast. Get up with Johnny and D. JJO.
I love cats. I love every kind of cat. I just want to hug all of them, but I can't hug every cat. Can't hug every cat. So anyway, I am a cat lover and I love to run. I'm sorry, I'm thinking about cats again. I really love cats. I'm thinking about cats again.
All right. Now, let's talk about you playing with your pussy cat. Do you play with Nash?
Oh, yeah, we play catch with him. He loves his little balls.
Mm-hmm.
It gives him lots of exercise.
Okay.
He loves that.
All right, so
like a dog.
Playing with your cat is very important. You're supposed to play with your cat every day, at least 5 minutes. Now, there's lots of different ways to play with your cat, but there's kind of some guidelines that you need to be following, okay? So one thing that's going to be super important, well, I'm going to give you the hunting cycle, and this will kind of give you an idea, your guidelines to playing, because that's the play is kind of mimicking the hunting cycle, right? So finding prey, stalking and plotting, chasing the prey, catching the prey, dispatching the prey, that's the murder phase, and eating their catch, okay? So a lot of times people cut off a play session during the stalking and plotting phase.
Oh.
So the cat may be watching a toy but not going after it. So it can seem like the cat isn't engaged, but that's a really important part of the hunt.
Oh.
If your cat is watching the toy, they're still having fun.
It's like me staring down a hot dog on the roller at Quick Trip.
Yeah, you're just beginning the phase of your hunt, dude. It's not finished until you're guzzling it down behind the wheel of your...
Don't interrupt him. He's in his hunting phase.
Yeah. And another part that people skip is the consuming part. So you can fix that. Give your cat a small meal or some tasty treats at the end of a play session.
That's what we do.
You can also consider a food puzzle afterward to give your cat a supplemental hunt. Careful.
Got
Yeah, and make sure, like, if you're doing like the laser thing, I've read before that that's bad because they never catch the laser. So you have to make sure,
payoff, right?
Yeah, that there's a payoff there.
Well, he gets his that's cool. I agree with that. But man, he knows he's getting a shrimp temptation. He knows it's coming.
Now, this says here, one of the biggest mistakes I see people do when trying to play with cats is dangling a toy right in front of their face.
Oh, the wand.
While this may seem like a way to get them engaged, it doesn't imitate the hunt cycle, as prey normally wouldn't run up to a cat and jump around in their face. Bigger problem is that cats have terrible near vision and likely can't see the toy well.
Oh.
So what should you do instead? Move the toy around either side to side or away from the cat. That's similar to how a cute but soon-to-be-eaten mouse would behave in nature. Moving the toy around objects through a play tunnel or in the corner can also engage a cat, as they may decide that the prey is an easier position to strike. During a play session, you'll want to keep things interesting for your cat. Move the toy at different speeds. Start out fast and then slow down. Speed up a bit and slow down again. If you're using a feathered toy, you'll want to have the toy in the air for part of the play session, but eventually the bird should land. As it goes on, think about what may happen to something a cat is hunting. The prey will eventually get tired. It may also get maimed or injured. Your cat is looking for signals that the prey will be easily caught and thus be a successful kill.
And don't forget, and this is right up there with stick, don't forget box.
Oh, my God. For real.
We have a pretty steady stream of Amazon boxes. Man, he loves them all.
Yeah.
Even ones that are 5 times too small.
Mm-hmm.
He just sits and figures it out.
Yeah, and those, man, the cardboard scratchers are pretty popular with the cats at the apartment.
We have 2 scratching posts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Too much junk.
The cardboard ones are like $10-15 at Woodman's and at Farm and Fleet, Home Goods, wherever. And for some reason, those gosh darn, they're just cardboard.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
They look terrible hanging out, but damn, the cats love them.
Aspen would get obsessed with something and then lose interest in it. But Nash, he was older. But Nash seems to be, he's obsessed with that hair tie. Just trying to figure out the hair tie.
Yeah, it's a mystery to him.
Why it rolls like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So.
All right.
Yeah, man, just keep them engaged.
There you go.
And remember, box.
It's been a guide to playing with your pussy.
You can learn a lot listening to podcasts.
Did you know that the hottest chili pepper in the world is so hot it could kill you?
Or you can listen to this one.
Bears can smell your menstruation.
I can smell your menstruation.
The JJO Morning Show Podcast. Johnny and D, nowhere but JJO.
And look what I found. I wrangled me a Milbrandt, brother.
Oh, my God.
I got me some Lee on the phone.
Oh, man, he sure is handsome.
Oh, hi, Lee from Versus Me, the band. How are you?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Dude, we need to wrap this up so we can get to the Hard Rock and play some Buffalo Gold, my man. What are we doing here? What's your favorite slot machine of all time?
It used to be this Bull Buster game at
I know that
Ho-Chunk. That I love that game. I did too well, and then you also not do so well sometimes.
Yeah.
So I love that game though. But you can win money quick and lose it quick too. So.
Well, I know you go big. I'm in on the little piggy and moolah from outer space right now, so I'm a little.
Oh yeah.
I get stuck on a machine.
Yeah? How's that working out?
Well, Lee and I are in gambling therapy. So.
No, you're not. You should be, though.
And when I say therapy, we drive to the casino together.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
How are you? How is Versus Me? How are the fellas?
Doing really good. I think behind the scenes, trying to keep pumping out music. We have a bunch of music to come out, but kind of just releasing it a little bit at a time right now.
When you write, does it come in bunches, or do you kind of get stuck? You get stuck on one and want to make it, extra special, or or is it just a flow?
Yeah, I mean, I think we come up with a bunch of songs, but at the same time, I think I think that's, we probably had that issue in the past, getting stuck on one or two, because I think we're pretty particular about this how it comes out, and I think they've all turned out really well because of that. But at the same time, people want music nonstop nowadays, it seems so. Which is good too.
Seems to be the new model, doesn't it? Yeah. I mean, just keep feeding the lion,
Right.
Yeah. Used to write an album out for a while.
Right.
And now it's like a new single. Otherwise, you kind of lose that excitement on the social medias. So.
Yeah, for sure. Now, I would think it would be a problem. Like, how when you hang out with people for a while, you pick up on like different sayings that they have and their speech patterns or whatever. When you find a band that releases new stuff and you're listening to their music, do you find yourself like you write a song and you're like, son of a bitch, that sounds like the riff from whatever you're listening to? Or are you like conscientious of that? Or you're like, man, does that sound too much like XYZ? Is that ever a problem? Like that would...
Great band, by the way, XYZ.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, or hold on to it, not release it for a while or something.
Right, yeah, totally.
Even we even get down to like the title of a song, because it's like there's so many and we've had days where we released something and there was like the same song being released by a pop star or something, and it's trying to there's a little strategy to that, I think, as far as telling a song. But I at a certain point though, there's so many things that get repeated in music, a chord progression and riffs, and you hope that you change it to your sound, and hopefully people can appreciate that what you do, that you're not trying to go out after another band.
Yeah, they probably don't even notice. It's it's just like the artist being so critiquing of yourself. Like you tend to be your own worst critic.
That musician out there that's looking through it with a fine-tooth comb to make sure you're not doing something somebody else is doing.
Right? Yeah. There's always one asshole or two in the crowd.
Yep.
So you guys have a weird trip coming up. You're starting out on the West Coast and then working your way back. That's kind of a weird way to do it. But I mean, is this a tour you're looking forward to? I mean, that area, and then how do you see your fan base out there?
Yeah, we've been out to Washington a couple times. It's been a little bit. But we started out in Washington with Lacuna Coil and Unearth, and we were super excited to get out there and play with those guys, because we've definitely been fans of those guys over the years, and all the venues we're playing at are super nice, and stretching it all the way across. I think our last show is in I want to say it's in Pittsburgh, so it's quite a lot of traffic, or a lot of road between the two states there. So I'm excited though. It's start of summer, start of spring, and then got some more tours coming up that can't disclose quite yet, but we're getting the dates back on those.
Oh, sneaky! Hey, I saw your schedule. You're going to be in Great Falls, Montana. You ever been to Great Falls?
No, I think that's one of the few states actually that I think we haven't played in. So it's exciting to get to a new state.
Yeah, well, it's beautiful. You got the beauty, but I'll tell you the one weird thing about Great Falls, Montana. And besides the beauty and the forestry and all the stuff, is the fact that every Russian ICBM is pointed right at Great Falls, Montana. That's where our most intercontinental ballistic missiles are. Great Falls, Montana. So you could literally get nuked during a show, dude. Is that metal or what?
Sounds terrible.
Yeah, they have a great museum there. We went through. It's at Malmstrom. They've got all those World War II bombers. I don't know if you're into that stuff, but if you got like a couple hours off, it's right out on the edge of town. It's beautiful. You ought to see it sometime.
Yeah, I think when you go to those kind of places, just to see something, and we do get a little bit of time to do that, and knowing something ahead of time, and if hopefully it is close enough that. I would love to see something like that, because we get to walk around the area for a little bit, and if it's something like that's worth seeing, then I would love to go see it.
Okay, so here's your choice. Here's two. I'm going to give you two ways you can die. You can choke on a hot dog all alone in your basement playing a video game, or you can get nuked by a Russian intercontinental missile in the middle of blackout in Great Falls, Montana.
Do I still have a hot dog?
You know you don't get the hot dog, smart ass.
Going with a hot dog.
Lee, how would you like to go out?
Take me out with a nuke.
You're my boy. You're my freaking boy, Lee. All right. Well, listen.
I'm never sharing a hot dog with you again, Lee.
Oh, come on.
That's it. Our bond with Tube to Meat is over.
So so more material? What are we looking at this summer for music from you guys?
So we have a new song, "Worst in You," coming out on Friday.
Right.
And for at least future going forward, we'll have stuff probably within the near future again. So we're going to try to keep a steady pace of releases. So
Right.
I guess be looking forward to more music coming.
The JJO Morning Show podcast with Johnny and D. Listen, rate, subscribe. Catch a new show every Monday through Friday, 6 till 10 a.m. on 94.1 JJO or streaming anywhere in the JJO app. Johnny and D, nowhere but JJO.